So another seed has gone at the 2025 PDC World Matchplay darts. Damon Heta going out as it went to almost a sudden death leg, 12-10 to Andrew Gilding. Goldfinger getting the job done against the heat. Ian Danter and Chris Mason, the Ace Mason, with you on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Hello, thank you for your company, thank you for choosing the Darts YouTube channel, and make sure you like and subscribe. It'd be great to have you as part of the team going forward.
Yeah, and any questions or comments that you have for myself, Dance, Nico or Wills, keep them civil, keep them sensible. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who you think's going to win on the poll, and we'll endeavour to communicate.
Yeah, we'll do our best to keep in touch with you. You can also use my socials as well, or just put darts on. If you're going to use X, then use hashtag darts on the radio. That's always a good way to get in touch to ask any questions, as well as using the live chat on these streams. So let's just get your thoughts, Mace, on what we were just watching backstage that Wilson Nico just brought everybody on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, we have our very own posh green room backstage.
Posh. Give over.
But we don't have the fruit machine and all the stats that we have in front of us here at the Winter Gardens in our absolutely beautifully appointed commentary box. Well, Heta is it 26 scores of a ton or more, Gilding 24, 140s, 15 in favour of Heta, 13 Gilding. The 180 line is the only metric that Heta was behind, but only by 2, and they're countered by the better scoring in the other departments, finishing 56%, 10 from 18, Gilding 48%, 12 from 25. If you didn't have any scores up there in terms of leg score, Dance, and you let me look at that, I would say, well, surely Heta's won that one. He will be scratching his head for a while, but credit where it's due, Gilding just had to hang tough, and he continued to hang tough throughout the contest until he got his nose in front. There was a little sequence of breaks to throw, and then he produced a lovely leg to get over the line. But that's a huge win for Andrew Gilding, but huge disappointment for Damon Heta.
Yes, massive disappointment for the Heat, who bounded onto the stage with his usual happy countenance, but he stalked off stage with a slightly more mournful countenance after Goldfinger did for him.
And there's things I sort of say about his game that he didn't do there. There was none of that slow start and was too deliberate. He had rhythm as soon as he hit the stage, and once the 180 started going in, they were both just back and forth. That was a proper game of darts, and more so a sporting contest.
Yes, so Andrew Gilding will go forward to face the winner of our next match on stage, which will be Rob Cross against Dirk van Duijvenbode. And we were saying backstage as Van Duijvenbode just stalks past our commentary position, heading for his position at the start of the walkway. But we did say backstage that the way Gilding was coming back, we could see it going to needing 2 legs in front to win it.
Well, that's
this is another game where you could easily see this going to 9 apiece.
Well, the vast majority of the matchups we've seen so far, we expected to go long, and only a couple have, but that's our first one that's had to go to extra time, as John McDonald introduces Dirk van Duijvenbode.
Yeah, and if you got your speakers up quite loud, you might want to knock them down a little bit for the next 30 seconds, because when Dirk walks on stage, it's slightly aggressive, I think, should we say, his musical choice.
It's punchy.
Yeah, don't ask me what genre it is. I couldn't possibly tell you.
Well, it's noise, isn't it? It's not music.
As Alan Partridge famously said, that was just a noise. But it certainly gets Dirk going. The Ober Genius, as he's known. See what I mean? Just rattles the fillings in your mouth.
Well, when I do the European tours, the commentary box isn't quite as salubrious as this one. It's basically like a tin shack, and everything just vibrates.
Right.
I've watched screws sort of unscrew in there when this has been going, because the bass line over there, they have these enormous speakers in these huge venues, and the actual, even the cameras going in out of focus where they're being made to vibrate.
Wow. Well, he's made it to the stage and he's doing his double fist pump arm flex in the air. This is a guy who's had his injury problems in the past couple of years. Actually fell when making his way onto the stage for a Euro Tour event. That's where his injury problem was actually really started.
He was dancing and then clipped the edge of the hockey and over he went, and that was a knee injury. The big problem he had was a shoulder muscle tear.
And now, voltage.
Here's Bunting, Rob
The 2019 World Matchplay champion, Rob Cross, making his way to the stage, seeded 10 here this year. He beat Michael Smith to lift the trophy. Smith not here this year at all, one of the big names that hasn't qualified, including a former winner, Dimitri van den Berg. There is a Belgian here, that's Mike de Decker. He's up a little later in this afternoon session, up against the man for whom this is pretty much a local tournament, Dave Chisnall. So he will be up sooner rather than later on the stage. Rob Cross, once of Hastings in Sussex, but now resides up in Lincolnshire, where he practices with his practice partner, a Lincolnshire native, Scott Williams. But he's had well-documented issues off the hockey that he's trying to sort out, and in the midst of all that, he has been winning tournaments this year. He won Players' Championship 1 right at the start of the year, so he's not without knowledge of how to get it over the line in 2025, Mace.
Correct. There's someone listening from South Africa.
Oh,
Welcome along.
Carl listening from Blackpool, just down the road. Hello, Carl. Should try and pop in. No, well, you know, you've got to have a
We'll
ticket.
get a ticket, got no chance.
No.
What was my best run at the match play? Semi-finals in 1998. A few quarters. But yeah, semis. Lost to Baxter 13-11. Haunts me to this day.
So, Humphreys out, Aspinall out, Heta out. And Rob Cross will feel a little bit of pressure against Dirk van Duijvenbode, who reached the quarter-finals of this tournament 3 years ago. He ended up losing to his countryman Danny Noppert going out of the tournament. And we were talking in the build-up to this, Mace, about Dirk van Duijvenbode, probably the one player in this tournament who has the biggest range of brilliant average to really poor average.
At the start of this match, we'll just have a little run through. I'll give you some kind of inside track into that exact range you're talking about. So it's last two games. It was on the European Tour. He won round one with an incredible performance, 105.31. Next day, played Chris Dobie, averaged 85. And then he'll go. He just goes up and down and up and down and up and down. When he's on, he's on. When he's off, he's very much off. But at some point, that consistency has got to click, and that's just belief. And let's not forget, those injuries were serious. They were career-threatening injuries. So he's been unable to practice. So although he might be match sharp, he's not match fit. And I think the problem he gets is when he's playing these multiple games, eventually he just hits the wall, and it's a combination of fatigue.
But he knows what it takes to progress at the Winter Gardens, but he's yet to hit a treble, so we're underway for leg one. First to 10, as always, in these first round encounters, although they needed a bit more than 10 for Andrew Gilding to get over the line. As Cross hits the first maximum of this match to get down to 88 after 9 darts. Chance for an 11 darter for voltage.
Well, the reply is a max. So 88, possible 11 dart leg, of course.
Van Duijvenbode glares at the board, having hit that maximum. Oh, treble 5 from Cross, who was looking for treble 20 to lead double 14.
Yeah, needed treble 19 for double 8. He's going to tee it up with Dirk back on 2-1. 7th meeting between the two. They've not met since 2023, which I find surprising.
Yeah.
Although you shouldn't really, when you consider that Dirk was injured and wasn't sort of progressing that frequently. But that was a semi-final of the European Tour, which Dirk won 7-6. But 3-3 overall. Very little to pick between them in terms of averages and percentages. This is another game that potentially could go all the way.
as Cross comfortably takes leg 1 with double 18.
Yeah.
Dirk will start leg 2. Yeah, that was March 2023 when they met at European Tour 2. And Dirk van Duijvenbode has won both previous meetings at ranking major tournaments. 2020 World Championships, he beat Cross, and a little more recently at the Grand Slam in 2022.
Yeah, and Rob gave him a bit of a thumping in the Players' Championship finals down in Minehead in the quarters, 10-3. He also lost him in the group game in the Grand Slam, or should I say Rob Cross lost to Dirk in the Slam in the group game, 5-3. But really, in terms of sort of big wins, that's it. The 10-3 win in the Players' Champs finals in the quarters on TV, of course, amazing.
There's a max from van Duijvenbode, snatches the darts out the board.
But their amazing game happened at the World Championships back in 2020. And that was a 3-2 victory for Dirk.
Now he wants 91 to level things up, does Dirk van Duijvenbode, for 1-1. Hits the treble 17, 2 darts at double top. He's just inside, so down for double 10 at 4 o'clock on the board. Just takes his time and pins it. Nice hit of double 10. It's 1 apiece in a race to 10 here in Blackpool.
13 darter for Rob Cross to hold leg 1, 12 for Dirk. Well, if they're getting better in increments of 1, we've not got to wait long for a 9.
We've had 9 darters here at Blackpool. We very nearly had one in the last game where Andrew Gilding just missed double 12 by half an inch with that 9th dart. The last one was Dimitri van den Berg against Schindler last year in round 1. And the first 9 darter on the radio where we brought you was here.
Gary Anderson,
Gary Anderson, when his lordship John Rawling was part of the team.
He's boxing now, isn't he?
Yeah, Mr. Boxing. He would have been at. He was part of the talkSPORT team at Wembley last night for Usyk Dubois 2. Something tells me there won't be an Usyk Dubois 3.
No,
it's just a hunch. So into leg 3, Rob Cross is down to a finish after 9 darts of 167. Van Duijvenbode, as he was on the previous cross throw, nowhere near his opponent, only hits 35 scored with 2 treble 5s and a single. So Rob Cross has all the time in the world to take out 167. Single 19, went for treble 18 and hits a single there, but a treble 20 to end the visit leaves him on a 2-dart finish.
Yeah, and it leaves him the combination of being able to go 54 double 8 or 18 20 double 16.
Cross not only won the first Players' Championship event of the year, but he also won the Dutch Dart Masters.
Yeah, he's not had a bad season, and then he went off the ball at the World Series event a couple of weeks ago that Gerwin Price won, and then midweek he was brilliant on the Pro Tours. Him and Josh Rock had an incredible game that he won, but he won it with 109 average, and Josh Rock averaged 108.
Well, there's a third maximum for Dirk van Duijvenbode to start leg 4 after that 70 was taken out very cleanly and efficiently by Rob Cross to make it 2-1.
He's at 180 in every leg.
93.
Cross averaging 108 to Van Duijvenbode's 99 in these early stages. Comes down to the 19s, the Dutchman.
96.
And in terms of the averages post the World Championships this year, Dirk's right up there.
Dirk's is slightly better than Cross's, isn't
yeah,
it?
he's the 10th best player in terms of running averages.
And a 134 from Van Duijvenbode. He's losing his flights a lot when he's retrieving them out the board, out of the stems.
Actually, I might have that. I might be looking at my wrong column. Let me just double check.
Oh dear. Can't be looking at the wrong column.
Oh, actually, he's 8th. Yes,
Eighth.
he's slightly
so he's
better.
even better, right?
Rob Cross is 10th.
So there is a slight advantage for Dirk. 91 to go for 2-2, and he pins a 2-dart finish very nicely with treble 17 and tops.
Well, so far, Dance, we've had an 11-darter, which that was, a 12-darter, which was Dirk's other winning leg, a 13-darter and a 14-darter. We're gonna go through the card here.
Yeah,
this is the kind of game that could produce a 9 with Dirk so prolific on 180s. He's absolutely flying them in. Is it 3 in the first 3 legs of the match? Make that. Ooh.
I was right with you.
I went early. There was loads of room.
No, I was ready to say make that 4 along with you. But it's 140.
We're into leg 5, so we've got a big enough sample to sort of use the averages as an example of how well these two have started. Both averaging 105.
But there's a chance for one player to go into the lead at the first mini break. We break after the 5th leg and the 10th leg in these first round matches. Remember, it's the first to 10 that goes through to the second round. Number 10 seed, Rob Cross, former match play champion, looking for a maximum himself here from 384. Third dart just dips into small 20. So Van Duijvenbode has a chance here to get down to a finish before his opponent and break. And he will get down to a finish, I think. Hits the 19 at the end of the visit to get himself down to 167.
244 cross, so he can just stay straight here. He finds treble 20 with dart 2. Ooh, exactly what I spoke about, staying straight. Didn't. Straight into treble 5. 167, Dirk van Duijvenbode. Advantage on the cross throw here. Single 20. Misses the treble 19 on cover. And leaves himself work to do.
Yeah, still a 3-dart finish required for the Dutchman. 149 is what Cross needs to take this leg and go 3-2 up. Oh, it's single 7, so that chance is gone. And a single 20. Can he get down below 100? Well, he can with a treble 20 at the end of that visit. Big moment for Van Duijvenbode to break throw. Hits treble 17, then hits 18 for double top for a 3-2 lead at the break, and he wires it on the outside. Just, you heard it click.
Yeah, good here. It was that close. It did connect with the wire of tops.
So Rob Cross from 62 hits a single 10 going for the treble. 52 left for 20. 1 dart at double 16. Does the usual wipe of the hand on the trouser leg, Rob Cross, and pins double 16. A little yelp for joy, and Cross goes in at the interval up by 3 legs to 2, but it's all going with throw so far in this very, very tight encounter, with both players averaging over 100, Mace, in that opening session.
Yeah, it was a lovely session of darts. 5 legs played, 5 holes to throw, full 180s. Rob Cross not missed a dart at a double, and that is why he is 3-2 up. It was, it's an interesting insight into how these two players have arrived here at the match play, and mainly what their ambitions are. And I think they are both more than up for this. Whoever goes home out of this one will be equally as disappointed as of all the other big names that have tumbled so far. And there has been some big names. Defending champion Luke Humphries, gone. Former champion Aspinall, gone. Damon Heta, 7 seed, gone. That's the nature of this tournament, though, Dance, isn't it? It's always going to be volatile, because it is the 32 best players in the world, the top 16 on the ranking, and the best 16 form players.
It's hard when you look at those 16 ties to make a case for a potential walkover, or a match where there appears to be a mismatch. I mean, we did have 2 results at the start last night where Wade beat Cullen and Noppert beat Menzies.
But the Menzies is the only match. But again, on debut, we do stress, but maybe not enough, how unique and how hard this place is to play, and it's like no other. And you combine that with the prestige and the history of the event. It takes a couple of years to really sort of just get used to, and it to become second nature. But Joe Cullen, I mean, he averaged nearly 96. It's not exactly, it was a poor performance.
And he barely got a dart at a double.
Exactly. The first 8 or 9 legs, James Wade was irresistible.
Still to come this afternoon, we will have live and free watch-alongs on our talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel.
We've got a couple of questions. Carl.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Who would you like to win the match play?
Oh, well, look, I'm a Ryan Searle fanboy, and, you know, he's never won a major, so just from an, you know, a pure emotional point of view, I'd love to see him do it, but of course he's got a very tough assignment in Luke Littler tonight. Having watched Van Veen do what he did last night against Humphreys, as you said in the introduction when you were chatting with Wilson, Nico, why can't, if Richie Woodhouse can win the European Championships, why can't Jan Van Veen go on and win the match play?
Exactly, and Mike de Decker won the Grand Prix. You know, his CV or his experience or his ability or his ceiling, there's no reason why not. Oh, there's a poll up here, Dance, I think.
What is it?
Should Ian Danter do his Jim White impression? Yes or no?
We've had 13. What? There's 13 people who've decided to vote on that. You've just voted. What are you playing at?
Well, so far,
yeah,
57 of them would like rank the top 5 dart players in the talkSPORT crew.
Well, I'm 5th.
Yeah. I've not really seen any of them play, or if they can play.
Well, it's really between Mason and Nico for who's number 1. And
Yeah.
everything else is academic. From
well,
that point.
the most successful, you've got to give it to Nico, a former major winner, of course.
Where is Aspinall?
Champion.
Where is Aspinall provisionally in the rankings? Ladder says
23rd.
That's a big old drop.
But in the year-to-date ranking, so post-World Championship, he's actually in the position which he left behind to go down to 23rd when £190,000 come off his ranking money. It's a bit complicated. Listen, I get some stick because I'm always complaining, or I'm always looking of ways to improve the ranking system, because I believe it's a little flawed. I think it loads of players with so much pressure. I understand why they did it on ranking money, because Barry wanted to use that as an example of how well darts is doing and look what you can earn. Well, everyone's aware of that, because it's in the Sun every 5 minutes about how many millions Luke Littler has in the bank. So yeah, I think there could be a fairer system.
Do keep your questions and comments coming in on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, including your votes for whether I should do my Jim White impression.
Well, it's complete.
60 poll complete. That was a short poll.
I know.
62% say yes. All right, I'll dig it out at some point. It doesn't have to be right now, because we're into leg 6.
Save it.
Yeah. Van Duijvenbode with the darts in leg 6. He's already down to a finish of 170. Cross trying to come down from 271.
Yeah, I'm not sure who would have. All that break would have suited. 133, 719s for Cross, down to 138.
I don't think it makes any difference.
Not in that situation, I don't. I agree. No 170 for Dirk, but he does find trouble 19 on cover. Would have liked a second one to leave 36, but Rob Cross will fancy this. 2 treble 19s, double 12. He won't go the old Deller way. Oh, he is. Oh, no, he's not. Went 54 first.
Treble 20 hits a layup for a tops, a single 20 rather, to leave him on tops.
Dirk might only get one dart here.
He might. And he's hit a single 9. 65 bull left. One dart at the bull, and he's in the 25 just to the west of the bullseye.
Yeah, he's made a bit of a pick zero that.
So Cross with a chance to break. The first break of the match. He's well inside double top. So down for double 10. Pins that. Not too far from the double 15 bed, but it doesn't matter. It's in. First break of throw in this match takes us to 4-2 in favour of Rob Cross.
And it was. Well, he made a mess from 170 down, didn't he?
Yeah.
Really.
So breaking news here on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Is darts a sport? I'll ask that question of you, Dance, at the end of an interview. It sounds been quite insightful, but then I'll just throw that one in there as a grenade.
Well, you had a fallout with Dance over that, didn't you?
I did.
A little bit of a fallout.
Dance was quite irate with me. I don't know why, because I'm so likeable. There you go. That's enough of that. Max for Rob Cross at the start of leg 7.
Yeah, one in leg 1. And then he had a big gap without the maxes.
60.
And in between there, I know that Dirk uses these earplug type things, and I'm not sure if he wasn't using them or he's just changed them for other ones, but right at the start, well, the resumption of this match, he was putting other ones in there. Something to do with his balance, though, I think.
Okay.
Which isn't very good, obviously, if you've seen the video of him falling over.
Yeah, that was... Well, the hockey takes most of the blame for that, rather than anything about bad balance.
But Cross here, looking for 3 on the spin. He wants 128, 284 Dirk. Trouble 16's found, stays there for double 16.
That's beautifully done.
What a finish, and what a way to go on 128. I don't recall, Dance, ever seeing that being done before.
Well, I tell you what it does, it backs up the break of throw, because it takes him to 5-2 up against
halfway
Van
there.
Duijvenbode. Yeah, like Bon Jovi.
I mean, he's averaging 107. I mean, a lot of us, well, we were not sat on the fence. We just sort of, you could make a genuine case for both. But I just had this little feeling that Dirk might come into this and really put on a show. But at the moment, it's Rob Cross putting on the show with the 107 average, some 12 points ahead of Dirk, and he's back in the trouble 20, follows it. Oh, only a 140 in the end. Imagine if darts had a transfer window. You'd be all over it, wouldn't you?
What colour tie would I go for that? See, purple's my favourite. I'd have to have a purple tie. Can't have a yellow one, can I?
96.
Breaking news.
That was definitely a bit partridge about the time. Oh dear,
Time
we get
plays
paid for this.
accommodation pack. Yeah, if the wind changes, I'll stay like it. That's what worries me. Another great couple of covers on treble 19 from Rob Cross to take him down to 132.
Yeah, Cross, one of the elite counters, isn't he? He's so creative in that department.
And that finish on 16 shows it. Now,
Ball, double 16.
Well, this is the champagne shot. You can go all sorts of ways.
Well, he's gone treble 20. Dirk van Duijvenbode is on 156. He's basically saying, I'll just keep this simple. You're not taking out 156, pal.
So, the challenge has been laid down to the Dutchman. He's hit one of the treble 20s, another one, leaves double 18. Oh, he wires it on the outside, so close.
Wowzers.
But this does leave the door open for another break of throw from Rob Cross. He needs just to take out double 16, which he took out very, very nicely in the last leg as part of a 3-dart checkout. Pins it again. His doubling's fantastic, 86%. Remarkable. On his doubles here, mate.
6 from 7. He's only missed one dart at a double. And I think it was in the next throw that he hit it anyway. So it was turn perfect. Hitting everything.
He is. You can hear the dulcet tones of George Noble officiating at his last World Matchplay this year after a stellar career, calling the shots up on PDC stages around the world.
Oh, he's back in.
He is back in.
Imagine how different darts would be if the treble 20 was in place of the 19s and vice versa, wouldn't they?
Well, yeah.
If my Nat had wheels, she'd be a bike. What is the best darts to purchase if you want to play cheap ones? Just cheap, basic, tungsten, 22 gram, hello.
We've got a 9-darter on here, folks. Van Duijvenbode has suddenly piled in back-to-back 180s. He's whipping the crowd up to encourage him. Cross back on 264. And he's not going to get down to a finish. So, over to you, Dirk van Duijvenbode. The roar goes up. Treble 20. Oh no, he's gone 17s and he's hit single 17. So the chance is gone.
Yeah, don't throw hundreds and hundreds of pounds at sets of darts until you sort of start playing and you're introduced to it and you sort of work out. Try your friend's darts, or try and go into a pub like mine that has countless sets of darts of all different shapes and styles, and you can find something you like.
There are lots of dart shops now where they allow you, as Van Duijvenbode goes for double top, gets it 11 dart break.
Try before you buy.
Yeah, there's one near Swindon Dart Centre I went into, and they were brilliant there. They really looked after me, and I was there for a good 45 minutes to an hour trying all sorts of...
Any freebies then?
Not one, no, none of that, nothing like
Well,
that.
don't mention them then.
No. But they were very helpful. I ended up rather unsurprisingly, with a set of Ryan Searle darts.
Shock horror. you see him 3 or 4 times a year, and you go and pay for his darts.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. That's the power of the power of love.
But he did give you a shirt, didn't he?
He did, and it's packed. Actually, I should have brought it with me today because, of course, he's on tonight, isn't he? Oh, I've not thought that through.
And in terms of dartboards, just look at the title sponsor dartboard, the Winmo Blade 6. It's hard wearing, looks pretty.
60.
And just keep turning your board every time you play on it. After every session, turn it, it'll last you ages.
There you go. Great advice from Chris Mason as Van Duijvenbode starts the max hitting once again.
Well, this is the version of Dirk that we expected to see from the start. He still would have had his hands full because Cross has been that good. But this level of power play is, I mean, the 3 winning legs he's won have been in 12, 11 and 11.
Well, he's on for a 164 here. Another treble 19 would have left a finish, but no. Single 19 and single 16, but he'll be back because Cross is way back on 266. So if Van Duijvenbode gets this, so we're at 6-4 at the second mini interval, then he might feel a little bit better about things.
For sure.
Treble 20 for double 6. He's hit the treble 20. Double 6 just on the outside, but great marker which he uses to his advantage, and there's only 2 legs in it at the second mini interval, and Dirk van Duijvenbode is doing the "I'm staying here" gesticulation to his guests in the VIP area just next to our commentary position. It's Rob Cross 6, Dirk van Duijvenbode 4 in a race to 10.
Yeah, it's very, very good, isn't it? It's the 4 legs, as I mentioned, 2 11s to 12. That was a 15. The winning legs for Rob Cross: 13, 14, 18 darts, 14 darts, 12 darts, 13 darts. This is a match being played at elite level. If this was sort of a computer game and it was one that is easiest and 10 that is hardest, this is being played at level 10. 104.62 the average for Cross, 99.94 for Dirk. Dirk's at 6-180s now. Now I have a certain sense of humour, but this is a good one. I walked into this is from Paul Coucher. I walked into my friend's room and saw a dartboard stuck on the ceiling. Eventually I had to throw up.
Oh, oh boy. Very good. What have we got here? Mike says, I used a 26 gram set but have many different sizes, shapes, and I'm still not good. Just play for fun. That's
how it should be.
Exactly. You can get too hung up. If you play for fun and you enjoy your darts and you enjoy it with your mates, what more can you ask for? So I remember my first job when I worked in an office, we had a darts team, and we used to play down the Bristol Road in Birmingham, like against other branches of the office I worked for. I have never known tension like it. I have never known tension like it. But, nobody was a particular darts virtuoso. But, you were playing one leg of 301, I think. Each.
Yeah, we've got multiple dart teams in the pub, and it gets tense. Charlotte's the captain of the B side. I play for the A side, and she sits me down. Right, what do you think? Who do you think I should play?
Picks,
and what position should I play him in? And I'm like, well, it's your team, you should know. And fair play, she's top of the league, 6 points clear, as we are in the other division.
Hey, we're well clear when it comes to darts on the radio. We've got the original and best, and no one will ever touch us.
Nope.
And talkSPORT 2 will join in the fun tonight on DAB.
Yeah, as soon as the golf's
speaker.
wrapped up,
That's right, the Open Golf Championship continues on talkSPORT 2 right now.
I do have a bit of info for you.
Oh, go on then. Scheffler's not quite out on the course yet, is he? He might just be about to start.
Yeah, he's just started with a birdie.
Oh, well,
I think.
So Lee of China is 4 shots back. Matt Fitzpatrick and Rory McIlroy also on 9 under, so they're 6 shots off the lead.
Yeah, and they played 2 holes, so I mean, hey, there's a chance. There's some real tough holes, isn't there? The sort of the last 3 or 4 can be a little bit tricky, and there's opportunities to drop shots there. So stranger things have happened, but it's been a great comeback by McIlroy, hasn't it? Because after the opening day, he was in all sorts of trouble.
But he'll have the galleries with him, as you can imagine, in Portrush over there in Northern Ireland. So coverage of that continues on talkSPORT 2 right now. And then
but if anything happens of any interest, we'll let you know.
Of course, and once that's done, which should be by 7 o'clock, sometimes it can overrun, but talkSPORT 2 will then come straight to the Winter Gardens, ready for the evening session, which will include Luke Littler against Ryan Searle, Gary Anderson, Luke Woodhouse, Jonny Clayton against Martin Schindler, and Stephen Bunting against Ryan Joyce. We've still got Wright against Wattimena and Chisnall against the Decker to come. I should say at this point, we do offer our sincere condolences to the family and friends of Bob Bubka, our legendary talkSPORT golf correspondent who was with talkSPORT since its inception. Very sadly passed away today at the age of 83. Such a lovely, kind gentleman. He will be sorely missed by all who knew him. So this session of darts gets underway. We play to a finish from this point, no more breaks. Rob Cross, the 10th seed, 6 legs to 4 up on Dirk van Duijvenbode of the Netherlands in a race to 10. And Dirk starts off with a 1-3-4 light cross, so they're matching each other dart for dart in this first round encounter.
It's gonna be a case where he's going to be fending him off, very much like Van Veen was against Luke, and very much like Vessel Nyman was against Nathan Aspinall. You get that little bit of a cushion, and what you can't do is play defensively.
Almost a max for Dirk there. 140 will have to do, but it does give him half a dart lead after 6 darts apiece. 3-1-0 plays 2-2-7 on this stage that can do funny things to dart players, good and bad.
Yeah, it sure can.
Cameron Menzies will attest to that after his debut last night. Now Van Duijvenbode is really motoring towards a finish here. Another ton 40 scored.
Well, he's got into this zone, hasn't he? But unlike before, where it was a 12 darter in leg 2, he hit a 180 in leg 3, then it was an 11 dart, then he had a spell where he was not quite at it, and now he's got some momentum. He's got his sails up. 51 leaves 36 for 6-5 and a break of throw. Double 18, oh, big 18, double 9, gets it.
That's a 12 dart
breaker.
In stereo.
Yeah, so in the last 3 legs, dance, he's hit 3 180s, an 11 dart breaker throw, a 15 dart hold, and a 12 dart breaker throw. He's sort of replicating that spell that Cross had through legs 5 to 8.
Yeah, it's swinging this way and that so far here in this second match of the day. The winner of this match will play Andrew Gilding, who won the first match of the afternoon.
Really, really impressive. Against
Damon Heta. It went beyond 9 legs apiece, but he got the job done in the end, Goldfinger. So the number 7 seed has gone home, and we'll be going back home to Australia, because the next event after this is the World Series event in Wollongong, Australia.
And then down to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Still to come this afternoon, Peter Wright against Jermaine Wattimena. There's another coin flip of a game. And then Chizzy against the Grand Prix champion Mike De Decker. And it's double session day, of course.
It is. So we're back tonight from 7 o'clock as well, both on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel and on talkSPORT 2 as well. And then it will just be evening sessions through the week, Monday through Saturday. And then on Sunday we have the Women's World Matchplay in the afternoon before the men's final in the evening on the 27th of July. Seems a long way away just at the moment with a week to go, but
once it's up and running, this tournament
it does fly by.
It does fly by, yeah, certainly does. And these legs are flying by at the moment for Dirk van Duijvenbode, in a good way though. He's found treble 18 on cover, doesn't follow it, so that's a window of opportunity for Rob Cross to just stop the rot. He's on 182. Single 20, doesn't get the treble on cover on the 19s, only 58. So Dirk from 136, favourite to go 6-6.
Treble 20, the first order of business. He's got that. Another one would leave double 8. Double 8 it is, just on the outside.
He's missed a 156 on the double as well.
He has. So what can Rob Cross do from 124? Treble 20 again is the first target. Misses that, so treble 18 would lead the bull. Gets the treble 18, 1 dart in hand at bullseye for voltage. No, it's the 25, went southeast of the bull.
Yeah, and that would have re-established that 2-leg cushion, which I felt that he had to try and keep. It's Dirk with a reasonably ordinary leg of 16 darts does tie things up at 6-6. Why can't Peters Wright? Why can't Peters
Right match follow on from this? Why do we have to open another stream? I think that's what Lisa's asking.
Right, okay.
Well,
just because of getting everybody in and out and then putting the games. So if you're just looking for one particular game, it's a lot easier than then, you know, going through potentially 5 hours of darts. It's to simplify things for the viewers, so they know where each game is.
But once you're on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, it is dead easy to just click on the stream that's required. They're labelled, they're really clear, so you can see where you're meant to be going next. You know it's right against Wattimena. Just look on the talkSPORT Darts homepage and you'll see where that stream is. I know you might think it's a little bit of a faff, but there are technical reasons why that has
and then
to be
of course we'll have Nico and Mark Wilson coming in to do that, so it's all a shuffle around in here and it would just look and sound a bit messy. Gabriel's just arrived for a month's work in Bangkok. Thank you, Chris and Ian, for giving me the chance to follow the match play. You're very welcome.
Some of the best fresh fish.
And of course, we've got all the interviews that Dance and Mark does post-match. So of course they need to be put on there. So it's just to make things work a little bit more efficient.
I'm saying some of the best fresh fish I've ever eaten in Bangkok, in Thailand.
Oh really?
Oh,
never been.
Tiger prawns, and that was the first day I ever tried those. Goodness me. Beautiful country. Have a great time out there, Gabriel, and thanks for tuning in and being part of the live watch-alongs here. So 6 apiece. Rob Cross wants tops to go 7-6 up on throw. He's inside, double 10 to go 7-6 up. Took his time and pinned it well, with Van Duijvenbode waiting on 1-3-2 if he'd missed that. So we're back on throw, 7-6 in a race to 10. I said to Mace backstage, this could easily go to 9 apiece, and then who knows. Although Van Duijvenbode starts leg 14 with a trebleless visit.
Is this a chance for Cross to again get that little bit of a cushion, a bit of breathing space? Single 20, single 19, treble 18 on cover with dart 3. Lisa, she's just listening from Australia. It's coming up to midnight. Wow. Place I've never been as well. You've been to Australia?
I haven't, no.
I couldn't do the flight.
Well, I could if I. Well, yeah, you've got to stop somewhere, haven't you? Like
I just
Dubai or Singapore, wherever it is. But one day, I've got one of my oldest schoolmates lives down in Perth. I've said I will go down and visit him one day. So leg 14, Van Duijvenbode going to the 19th from 309. 96 only scored. He's not happy with that. He just sort of again glares at the darts before he retrieves them.
He's leaving himself a little bit vulnerable to a counter attack from Cross, which we might see here. 2 treble 20s. Can he fill it? Of course he can. A 180 in the last leg, a 118. It's just being played in spells, this one.
That's our 10th of the match.
Yeah, they're playing in streaks.
But here comes Dirk. He wants a maximum of his own. Gets one. Anything you can do as he gets down to a finish, but Cross can take out 1-1-6 here to break the throw.
Treble 20. Doesn't get it. Going to have to move. It's low. He's going to have to go to the left side of the treble 20. He over adjusts, finds the 5. So the 180 from Dirk left him 33, and it was more of a shot that just would create the reaction from the crowd, which
and the scoreboard pressure.
Absolutely right.
So double 16 for Dirk van Duijvenbode. Very nicely hit. Boy oh boy, that was perfect, dead centre of the bed.
14th leg, 1 in 14 darts.
There's a real consistency to this in terms of the number of darts for each leg. It's not really wavered. The mean is 14 darts, isn't it?
But the finishing from Cross is still ridiculously good, 70%. We've not seen anything up around that.
Dirks isn't bad at 50%.
Yes.
I mean, most players are happy with 40% upwards.
That's elite. There is a talkSPORT Darts World Championship, which Dean Saunders is the
back-to-back
champion at. I will be speaking to him on the breakfast show tomorrow morning at 7:20. If any of you are awake.
That's on
I'm
talkSPORT.
hopefully going to be awake. Yes, on the main talkSPORT channel, so he'll be on the way to work, or see if I can get a few tips off of Dean.
talkSPORT Darts World Championship normally takes place just before the Worlds.
It does.
It was at the Moortown Bell pub in London, not too far from talkSPORT Towers, where Natalie Sawyer created one of the shocks of the tournament by knocking out Andy Goldstein early doors.
I bet he loved that.
He doesn't like it being brought up, but this is a much higher standard of darts, as you might imagine, although Dean Saunders might disagree. Rob Cross wants 190, so a 7 apiece in a race to 10.
What do you think Dean Saunders would say about this 90 for Rob Cross?
You know, when I played Rob Cross, I tore him to pieces. I psyched him out the game. I just two-footed him in the first minute, and brilliant. He never recovered because I was brilliant. 20 for. Oh no, I thought he was going for tops.
No,
he's laying up.
Van Duijvenbode on 201, so he's just sort of played it safe. He's left 16 to lead 8-7. Peter, greetings from Malaysia. Welcome. Hoping Littler wins the tournament.
Well, he went out last year averaging 100 in losing to MVG, one of the highest losing averages. As Cross looking for 16 goes inside, so 8 next door at 8 o'clock in the morning. He's hit 16 and bust the score.
What has he done there? It must have had to have slipped out his hand. It is super humid. We've had a good dollop of rain. I think it's raining at the moment, but it's still warm and humid.
So 137. Van Duijvenbode to break at the most opportune time at 7 legs all. He's hit treble 19.
That's tops.
Is he going to do it? He is looking at it, and he's got the first tops. Tops again for an outrageous finish. There it is! 8-7 Van Duijvenbode. Chris Mason shakes his head. The gallery's up, the punters are up, and Rob Cross is under pressure.
Yeah, as soon as the treble 19 went in, the play is tops because a double's twice as big as a treble. These guys are so good. Once one dart goes in, they're so used to following, but a huge error from Rob Cross on 32. He hit the 16, he's gone for the 8. He's almost joined the dart that was a mile off in double 16 in the single.
We've seen some strange moments already here at these championships. Joe Cullen busting his score early on in his game against James Wade. We saw Cameron Menzies on 178 hit a maximum by mistake, and now we've seen Rob Cross see a dart slip out of his hand to bust his score.
But how important could that be in terms of who wins and loses this match, because Dirk's now got the darts to lead 9-7 in a race to 10. Yes, he will be against the darts in the next leg, but he'll have a chance to serve it out. If you had a celebrity to play with, who would you pick in a pairs game? I play with Mark Williams, the snooker player, because he's absolutely brilliant.
I think I'd pick Dean Saunders.
Actually, that's not a bad
just
shout.
Because if I didn't pick him, he'd be on the phone. Why didn't you pick me?
94.
Didn't make the bench, Dean.
Van Duijvenbode 207, Cross back on 402. His game has deserted him for the moment. His average has now dipped below 100. Admittedly, so is Van Duijvenbode's, but Cross was a good 6 points ahead on average a little while ago.
99.07 for Cross. 99.49 is still being played at a seriously high level, and now Dirk down to a finish of 107. Cross needs a 174 or a 180 to leave a finish, and that's not going to happen. Single 20, single 19, and his head just seems to have dropped, hasn't it?
Yeah, the treble visits are piling up.
He looks beat.
107 Van Duijvenbode to go 9-7 in front. Hits a single 19 when he was heading for the treble. Single 16, and he lays up.
Well, he's looking at tops
20.
to leave 32 there.
Oh, was he?
Bit cheeky and risky, but he's having a big huff and a puff to himself. I think he's just trying to get the heart rate down. He does play with the adrenaline just boiling through his veins, but no pressure here. Cross 190, Dirk 52, single 20 found, 2 at double 16. Ooh, just on the inside wire, 8, a mile off.
Looks quizzically at that final dart as he goes to retrieve it. What can Cross do from 190 here? We saw scoreboard pressure before from Van Duijvenbode. Can Cross do the same?
He was looking at 3 balls then, Dance, to leave tops.
So, 8-8 for Dirk. Yep, there it is. 1 leg away, the Ober Genius.
And that was a bit of a stinker of a leg. Rob Cross had 18 darts in that leg. He should be winning those when you get in 6 turns at the board.
Rob Crass would be the name of a dart player on one of those computer games where you haven't got the licenses for the names properly.
Yeah.
The 10th seed's in trouble here. He's 1 leg away from going out of the World Matchplay. He would be the 4th seed to depart in just 6 matches that we've had so far at these championships. But Cross has the darts in this leg. Oh, lovely 180 just at the right time. Cross finds his form.
Well, he's at the point of no return. He's got to win this leg and the next leg.
There's a poll on here on our YouTube channel. If you had a 301 handicap and May started on 501, could you beat him in 1 leg? Yes, 50%.
Wow, there must be some.
No, 49%. What was the other 1%? Don't know.
Yeah, don't know.
79.
It's closer than the Brexit vote. Van Duijvenbode, 3-6-1.
Friend of the show, Jack Garwood, he's in. He said, I don't need a handicap to beat Mace. He's the 3rd best player at the Prince of Wales.
God, truth hurts.
How you doing, Gob? I hope you're well, pal.
Now Cross from 143. Can't take the finish. He hit a single 4 when he was aiming for treble 18.
He's had a disastrous visit there.
Well, luckily for him, Van Duijvenbode is almost back in the Netherlands on 2-6-1. What pressure can he apply here? Well, he's got his first dart perfect right in the red bit. Can't quite follow it up, but a steady turn. 105 actually went for bullseye and hit 25, knowing what he's doing because he's left a finish of 156.
Which he very nearly hit in the early stages of the match, but 110 is on. Double 16 for Cross.
He's taken this before 3 times in this match already, but he's outside by an inch. So there is the potential for match starts in this visit for Dirk van Duijvenbode. 156 the outshot, won't go there with a single 20 to start. Oh, and the second dart is knocked out of the board by the first dart.
Yeah, and that dart is hanging by a thread. He wants 136. He's ended up just picking off a single 18, but they both nearly ended up on the floor, those. So double 16, and then it will be Dirk throwing for the match in the next leg. Whereas that's horrible dart. That's led right across. He's got to go to the high side. Moves left. Well, I don't even know if you can see any of it. Nope. He's shaking his head. He's gone all the way right now. He's probably 9 feet away. Clips the inside wire.
So 118 for the match now for Van Duijvenbode. A more makeable target. Small 20, 98 left. Hits treble 16 for the bullseye, and he hits 14 outside that inner ring.
Well, he's left double 18 just in case, but we can't see Rob Cross missing this. I mean, his doubling has been disastrous of late, but it's a 17 dart.
Well, the quality's dipped a little in recent legs in terms of number of darts.
Yeah, I think it was I think that was a 19 dart hold in the end. But this is the leg.
Oh, and Dirk is starting as he means to go on with a maximum 9-8 up, needing 1 leg to knock out the former match play champion, and he starts with a max.
Response from Cross, treble 20 doesn't follow. Only a ton.
So for Van
this would be
Duijvenbode,
some way to win it.
what a cushion he's got already. 80 points up, but the perfect leg is no longer possible.
He'll take that, 96. Don't be ridiculous, Stephen. A silly thing to say.
Rob Cross from 401. If he gets a 180 here, then we're back levels your devils effectively. But
well, we're into the same situation we were with Gilding and Heta.
Yeah.
Have to win by 2 clear until you get to 12-12, and then it's sudden death.
Oh, suddenly Van Duijvenbode gets a bit errant, but covers himself with a treble 19 on his final dart. So he's down to a finish of 160. What can Cross do from 302? He's going to go on the 18s, as you always should from 302.
Correct. He's gone down. Didn't like that at all. He's only 56. He's inside wires, bottom wires, top wires. So 6 at 160 for Dirk. Single 20, just wants to keep this tidy. Looked for 2 treble 18s. Then he's gone for the ball, and, well, it was a bag of nails, really. He's down to 105.
So Cross from 246 has another chance to get closer to his opponent. No treble with his first 2 darts. Just 60 scored. That's not even a finish.
Luke Littler's favourite to win the tournament, and was before the start.
That comes to a question from Daz.
I bet he's gone in even shorter now we've seen Aspinall and Humphreys depart.
So for the match, Dirk van Duijvenbode wants 105. Just takes a deep breath. Hits single 19, single 18, and a treble 20 at the end of the visit. So he'll be back for double 4 for the match.
Cross on 186 has been blackballed. So it is double 4 for the match.
Let's see whether, having missed 1 match dart, Van Duijvenbode can get it right with darts 2, 3 or 4. On the outside with the first dart, and again with the second. 1 dart left in hand, he's pinned it! The job is done! Another seed is gone! And Dirk van Duijvenbode, the Over-genius, makes it through to round 2 of the World Matchplay. The number 10 seed and former Matchplay champion, Rob Cross, bites the dust, 10 legs to 8. Van Duijvenbode takes out his ear defenders, looks very, very content. What was a very, very high quality game again, both players averaging in the high 90s, but Van Duijvenbode got the job done, and on the metrics, but it came to his finishing, although he was behind for long spells in terms of his doubling, he ended up on top, Mace.
Yeah, it looked to be going pretty one-sided when Cross took did he take a 6-2 lead, and then there was that beautiful spell, legs 9, 10, 11 and 12, where Dirk van Duijvenbode would have been averaging around about 107, 108, and then there was a mini revival with a 14 darter in leg 13, but ultimately Dirk van Duijvenbode, it was the power scoring, wasn't it? It was the 180s, it was the timing. He was more clinical on the finishing in the back end of the match. Ended up at 48%, but 2 ton pluses in there, 1 apiece. 137 for Dirk was the highlight of that match. Treble 19, tops.
So Dirk is through, and the seeds keep on tumbling at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. Paul Nicholson and Mark Wilson will be next up here in the commentary box. Just click onto the stream of the next game upcoming, which is Peter Wright, Snakebite, and 2021 champion here at the Winter Gardens, up against a man who's never won in 4 previous attempts to get past the round 1 stage. That's another Dutchman. The Dutch are doing well here, I have to tell you, at the Winter Gardens. Noppert, Van Veen and Nyman yesterday, now Van Duijvenbode. What about Jermaine Wattimena? The machine gun against Snakebite is next up on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel.